Mid the 7 million runs was just exceptional pitching those last 4 days across the board. What did you like most, and what did you kind of see from the staff?
Makes my job a lot easier, that's for sure. So even just getting us back in the dugout, it makes it a lot easier to hit in that sense, and then just going right at guys, minimizing the walks, and just going right at guys, because we know we got good stuff, but kind of struggles when if you walk the leadoff guy, it just makes everything a lot harder. So just the fact that they just went out and just threw with confidence, I would say, and then just throwing it right at him. I think it was fun to watch for me back there, even though I've got a job to do, but it just makes it more fun for sure.
Is there a single pitch or anything that stood out to you that you caught and you're like, wow, that was nasty, or anything that really set the tone for you?
I wouldn't say there's like one necessary pitch. I know like even sometimes some guys in different like lighting sometimes makes it harder to hit, but then also harder to catch too sometimes. So even like K-Matt, sometimes when he's out there kind of running that little sinker he's got, sometimes it's just a lot more than some days, to where sometimes that one's kind of fun but also challenging to catch, because it's like, is it going to do that this time or is it not? And so that's one guy you kind of think about sometimes when he's really ripping it. It's fun and definitely hard to hit.
I imagine you've looked at Florida State a little bit. What have you seen out of their lineup so far?
I haven't looked at them a ton yet. That's kind of for tonight and tomorrow morning for sure. But definitely have like kind of seen them over this year a little bit, and they're going to be a good team. But it's tough to beat us here at Goss. So we're excited to have it here, and then excited to keep the bats hot and keep the staff going right at them. So
in past seasons, Mitch has assigned you guys scouting of the other team. Has he done that? Like, has he given you a pitcher or anything like that to go into?
We have done that a lot in the past. We did it earlier in the year and kind of done it here and there, but then when things kind of get like kind of busy, to where it's like we have 2 midweeks this week, we have that, to where it's like then you're over focusing on like the one team basically.
Yeah.
And so
what
it's
about
kind of
now?
tough.
Did he take over for the postseason?
And so we haven't yet, but I think
Okay.
we'll probably have like a little meeting on it today, because we kind of took yesterday off to
Gotcha.
where just kind of get back, reset, and then today kind of get back to it and get ready. So I'm sure we will today for sure.
How important was it for you guys just to have that 30-hour reset after a pretty grueling weekend?
It's definitely important for sure. Just kind of having that long weekend is tough too, with the whatever that was, the 5 games in 4 days, which can take a lot out of you. But that's why you get a couple of days to prep, and who knows what we'll be doing in practice today yet. But I'm sure it won't be too gruesome for sure. And so the off days are awesome. They're good for us. Kind of get off your feet for sure, especially for me. But I didn't even feel too sore, honestly. Like, I've got a lot of questions seeing people around like, oh, how you feeling? How's this, that? I'm like, honestly, feel great. My body's built to do what I did this weekend and just catch. So that's what I built it to do. So that's what everyone else has built their bodies for. So we're in a good spot.
How would you describe what Trent is doing right now?
It's fun to watch. He's doing what he needs to be doing, and it's good to see him doing it, because we know it's been in there, and then it's just kind of coming out at the perfect time.
When people think of Beaver baseball, they think of it now in June. You're a kid that grew up and saw it, so now being a part of it, what is that to be actually in the game now?
It's really fun, especially here at Goss. I've been here for like the 4 years too, to where it's like each and every year, and I was even telling some of the other guys, like, I don't think it's been as electric as it was when I was even here. Like, we even hosted Auburn. I wasn't playing, so maybe I didn't feel it as much, because I was here in the bullpen, but maybe I didn't feel it as electric if it was. But I thought it was just outstanding with how the crowd was into it, how our dugout energy was, and just how we did. And so it's just awesome to be in the postseason again, because this is the most fun during the year to have here, because it really matters now. And then just watching it growing up too, and seeing how fun it looks, and then now just doing it, it's awesome.
What pride, though, is it too that you're the team left standing, you're playing for the orange and black right now in the season, in the spring ball, to just have everybody rallying around what the baseball team is doing right now? It's you guys.
Yeah, it's pretty special too. Just kind of walking around and seeing people, a lot of people here and there, just been like, oh, go get them this weekend, go get FSU, and then just kind of all that. It's just fun to see, because you just know that everybody's engaged and everyone wants us to do well, and just everyone's just so caught up in it and just excited for us. So it's awesome.
Trent doing what he's doing and kind of caught fire that last weekend and kind of got over his funk there. How does that change the lineup, what he's doing, and the impact when he's back up to the 5 hole or whatever?
I wouldn't say it has like a crazy big impact on like the lineup changing necessarily. Like, yeah, he did bump up, but then even when if he's doing it at the bottom of the lineup too, that helps too, because it's just really good to have everyone even hitting now too. It feels like even like it's hard to pay attention to it throughout, like, oh, who's not hitting, because it's like feels like we always kind of been doing it, but then like just this last weekend with how many hits we had, how many runs we put up, it's just like, oh, that's how it should be. That's how it should have been the whole year for us. But this is the right time to actually get everything clicked and going. So
it's a small sample size, but did you feel like you were getting more hittable pitches after he started to hit a couple of those tanks over the weekend?
I didn't notice it necessarily. Just I didn't even honestly think about that too, because I know that's a thing for like the pitchers and the coaching staff on the other side thinking about that. But my process is pretty simple when I'm up there, so I'm not thinking too much about that. Like, oh, I'm going to get more here and there. But definitely took some pitches that I usually don't get in early counts. That makes sense why those kind of happened.
There have been some struggles against hitting left-handed pitching for you guys this season. Florida State obviously crushed it this weekend, but Florida State's going to run 3 lefties out here to start. I'm curious, how do you guys approach that? What did you guys kind of pick up on this weekend, and how do you want to translate that into the upcoming matchups?
I would say, yeah, definitely kind of been a thing for us this year for sure. But as we kind of saw this weekend, I think we finally flipped a little bit more of the approach to kind of going the other way with it, because it's a lot of lefties kind of do that and have like the changeup against righties that kind of falls off the table a little bit, and that's where we struggled a lot, was like the slower lefties. So sometimes I don't feel like I'm not sure the stats on it, but when we have a lefty throwing a little bit harder too, I feel like we usually handle those guys a little bit better. It's just like the slower ones that are moving everything even which way that we struggled with throughout this year. But even this last week, we finally started to make that approach that we need to against those guys and started handling well.
I've seen you wear that hat a lot. It looks like it's got some new signatures underneath. Would you get added to it?
Yep, a bunch of kids wanted to sign it this weekend. So when I sign something for them, they give it to them and they sign it. So it's tough to read some of them for sure, but it's fun watching them. Like, oh, I gotta. What? It's like, you can put your number on there too. And they're like, I have 3 numbers. Which one do I pick? And so, yeah, so that's kind of fun. That's some of the most fun this game brings, is just after the fact. Even if we lose, the kids still smile and they still want the autographs. They still want the photos, and so that's a big piece of the game.
Their ace is, he was an All-American last year, and he's 8-2 this year. I don't know if you know much about him, but do you know any much about Arnold?
I've watched him here and there and like heard the name a lot, and so even just seeing him and know he's a good arm, but that just makes it that much more fun to go get a play against somebody of that status too, because he's there and you kind of know and heard a lot about him, and so I'm excited to face him. And I know guys we've even been talking about it for a couple. Like once the thing came out, it's like we got to handle business in the regional first, but that'll be pretty fun to go get to face him in a big game, because that just makes the game that much more fun.
You talked about catching Kmatz at the end of that game. Obviously, you get to catch his brother last season. What's it like seeing a freshman come in and strike out 7 in a 3-inning save like that?
It's pretty fun. Even you got to see that little excitement out of him too, and it's just awesome getting to do that with his brother, and then now him. Almost sometimes even forget, like, oh, which one, Jacob or Zach? Oh, and so it's kind of funny just because it's like they're so similar and they care so much about the game, and they go about their business the same way. It's just like even in the fall he was coming in and was like, he knows what he's doing this with this recovery, he's doing that. It's like that's exactly how his brother was, and he's gonna probably follow his footsteps right and do exactly what he did here for the couple of years that he'll get to spend here, and it's just even like all the freshmen, like we didn't see Zeddy in the regional, but like even this year for him, it's just like him going out there and just being ready whenever he's called and just going out there and hucking it with the confidence he has. And it's hard to do as a freshman for sure. I didn't do it as a freshman, that's for sure. And so it's just cool that we have that young aspect of the team, but then we also have that kind of almost veteran confidence that they already have in the first year here.
What does the next 2 days look like from you scouting wise? Like, how do you go about getting ready for the series?
A lot of film, just looking at guys, even like hitters too, with Coach Dorman, just kind of seeing what guys they'll be playing, what they like to do, tendencies, and then also just obviously looking at the arms too a little bit too, just seeing what the shape might do, their tendencies, and so not overdoing it, because it's the same game too, to where it's like they're big games obviously, but if you try to, for me, when I try to analyze things, it's just then I try thinking about it too much and playing that game too much, and that kind of hinders me when I'm actually playing, because I'm like thinking too much about like, oh, this guy's gonna do this. It's like it's the same game, he's throwing the same ball, same rock, just might move a little faster, move a little bit more. So
Thanks, Wilson.
Sweet.